All right, guys, I'm going to try this two different ways. I'm going to try it like a front way, front facing, so I can kind of see what's going on in the video. And then I'm going to try another way. So my name is Sheila, and I don't like talking heads. So what I wanted to do, my purpose is to teach others how to self-sustain themselves. And what I'm good at is microgreens. I have looked at many videos. There's a couple channels that, I've looked at and learned from, and then after I've learned from them, I started. It's trial and error, guys. That's all that it is. So now my husband and I, we have a successful small business. It's just us, and we sell microgreens to these businesses. But not that might not be your path. Your path right now might be just to self-sustain yourself. So what I have here are these green trays that I found on Amazon, and they come like this. Here you go. And so what you have here is a white mesh tray that you could put your medium in, or you can grow things hydroponically on this with no medium. The mediums meaning cocoa core. That's what I use because that's the most organic to me. Or you can use seed starter mix if you'd like. I don't use seed starter mix, but you can. I have been successful with using it. So on Amazon, these trays are like $24.99. They're called sprouting trays, but there's 5 of them, like 5 sets of them. So they all come like this. So there's the mesh tray, there's the bottom tray. And what you want to do for microgreens is, take that other set, and this is what's called a 3-tray setup. So you've got your bottom tray, and that's for when your microgreens get ready. You're going to be bottom watering with some kind of nutrient solution, or you can bottom water it with water, just water only. You can use purified water, distilled water from your local store, or your well. And then you have the mesh tray again, and then you have the top tray. The top tray, you are going to use it for different purposes. So when you first start planting your microgreens, you are going to put it, after you're done planting, you're going to put this top tray on this, and you're going to put weight on it. And what that weight does is it makes the seeds push up. It gives them a hard time to push up. So you can get something like this. It's like a 6-pound paver that I got at my local hardware store. I use books too. And if I don't have any more books or pavers, then I use my canned goods around the house. So don't worry, you don't have to go and buy a bunch of, pavers like this. This was like, I don't know, 69 cents or something. So entirely up to you. So today what I'm going to do for this video is show you how to do beets. Yeah, I know, beets. But they're the most beautiful microgreens that you'll ever, see in your life. They have this red stems with green leaves, and through the leaves they're, absolutely has this red. So I get all of my seeds from True Leaf Market or Handy Pantry, or Mountain Valley seeds. And I always try to get, the GMO, if I can, non-organic. And they come in different sizes. So, I got the 1-pound bag. I don't think this is non-GMO though, but that's okay. But these are Detroit dark red beets. Sorry about that, guys. And then, so for specific seeds like beets, you want to soak them. I soak my beets for 24 hours. So if you see here, let me move this tray to the side. I got this container, at the Dollar Tree. And if you could see, I pour, some beets in there, and then I let them soak overnight. I put a top over it. Here's the container that I used. And you can see, look at all that So after you're done soaking, you want to, pour the seeds out into some kind of strainer. And then you want to kind of like wash them out. And then you can pour them back into another, dry container like that. You want to try to get, all the dust off of it, all of the, like look how red this is. Like, like you don't want that all up in your microgreen tray. So, you want to soak that for 24 hours. Now, for these green sprouting trays, I will tell you, you can, the most that I fit in here is about, I don't know, probably like 17 grams of seed. So, what I do is I take my kitchen scale. You can get any kitchen scale, guys. It doesn't matter. You don't have to, spend a lot of money. I think this one was like, I don't know, $20 or so. And then you've got your seed right here, and you want to weigh out, how much you're going to put into the tray. Again, those green sprouting trays, I haven't gone past 20 grams on them. So for this, this is a cute little measuring. It's a shot glass. I don't drink, but I like it because it has like, measuring on. I'm not sure if you guys can see that because it's kind of clear and it's bright in here. But it has like tablespoons and things like that. If you don't want to get that, that's okay. I got this from the Dollar Tree as well. It's the measuring spoon. So you can do, that's like 1 tablespoon, 1 cup, like 1 cup right here, half a cup. You can use this to measure your seeds. So, what you want to do then, once you start measuring, first, before you start soaking them, of course, is, turn your scale on. And then you measure whatever this part is. Let me get this out of here and let it 0. I think it's 0. Okay. And then you put that on there, and then you want to tear it out. So this one has the units too. Oh gosh, let's see if it's working. Hold on 1 second. Let me check it out. Let's see. Oh yeah, it's working. Okay. So it's on grams. I want to do grams right now. So I put this on here, and then let me check it. I'm going to turn around, guys. Check and see if it's working right. So this says that, you want to make sure you take your hand off of it too. But this says that it's 34 grams. So I'm going to tear it, because tearing means you want to zero it out, because you don't want to, you don't want to add this weight to what your seed is. Put it on here, and it says it is 26 grams. Nope, 30 grams. So I'm going to zero it out. Okay. All right. So now this is set at 0. So, what you could do is you can add, your seeds into this one if you want. And I'll go ahead and do that. And I'll pour like I think this measurement right here is a cup. So I'll pour that in there. And these are the seeds, remember, that were already soaked. But so you could do the dry seeds the same. You can pour a cup in here, or you can use this, which, measures out, 13, 26 grams. For beets, I do 26 grams. For the little seeds, you'll get used to it. For the little seeds, I use 13 grams, but for big seeds like this, I will use 26 grams because they're bigger and you want to space them out. And then I'm going to show you a method, because these get, cocoa coir on the bottom and then the top. So we've measured this pretty good. And I'm going to go ahead and turn this off. And we're going to go ahead and put these to the side. All right. And then so what I'll do is I'll bring my 3 tray setup back. But I'm going to take this top one and I'm going to move it to the side for right now. Okay. So let's move that to the side. Now, you guys, like I said, you guys can use whatever medium you like. I like cocoa core. I get it in a brick, and then it's like a 5 pound brick. It's like this huge thing. And then you can add water to it, and then it'll start expanding and you'll see this cocoa core. So this is coconut husk, but you see, like some people don't like this little bitty string. That's a part of the coconut husk. But you can always pick those out of there. Or you can get, I think this was, if I'm not sure, Burpees, organic coconut core. You can get any brand that you want. Actually, no, this is Minute Soil. You can get any brand of coconut core that you want as long as it's organic, or you can use seed starter mix or pot. I've seen people use potting soil. I have not tried potting soil. People even use this coconut core and they put worm castings in it, but I don't want worm castings in my microgreens. So this right here measurement is 4 cups. And I am going to use all of this, probably a little bit more too. So what I do is I line up in the middle and then I start pouring my coconut core. Oops, you don't want to do that. Be careful there. And I start lining my coconut core down the middle and I go to the sides. And then for beets, I stop right here. Okay, and the reason why I stop is because for beets, you're going to put a thin top layer over the beets. Okay, I'm just going to fill this in a little bit more. And then what you want to do here is all of this, you want to spread evenly to the corners. You don't want to overfill it here. But so you want to spread this all to the corners and make sure your coconut core or whatever medium you choose to use is even. You don't want any big pockets. And if you see any like coconut core chunks, just go ahead and like mush it up, just so there's no chunks in here. And then again, if something like this is bothering you, this little hair, just toss it to the side there. So you see I'm going all the way to the corners, making sure I can't see any of the mesh. Okay, and if you're OCD, this will take you a long time. So, I'm a little bit OCD as well, but I try not to let this take up my whole afternoon, just making sure this is all spread evenly. So get to the sides here. And the reason why you do this is because you want it to be flat and even everywhere. You want the microgreen seeds, to take root properly without, something so shallow or dense. And, you could sprinkle like a little bit more if you see some things that, just a couple areas that are not, so dense here and are not even. Again, like I said, like I have a little bit of OCD here, and so, but there you go. All right, so this looks good to me. Might not look good to you, but, to each his own. It's all good, guys. This is just, just to get you started. If you want to put a little bit more, you can. All right, and then you see, like that is what your tray is potentially going to look like. Again, you can tamp down the sides a little bit more, or you can, just make sure it doesn't come all the way to the top right here. You don't want it over full. Okay, so then there are a few methods that people use to seed. Okay, so remember, this was our soaked beets. These are kind of cool looking too. They're like weird. Like you're gonna see after you're done growing these, like these little things right here, they're actual shells. They're actually going to be sticking on the leaves, and you can kind of help it along. But anyways, back to it. There's a few methods that people use, to seed their trays. Some people can go like this, when they have their seed in their hand and they're going evenly across. Some people go like this. It's entirely up to you. I like to go this way because I like to look and see if there's any like pockets that I'm missing. because you don't want huge clusters in one place. You want to spread it evenly, because if you have huge clusters in one place, then they're not going to be able to breathe. So there's something a little bit there that I needed to take out. So, just keep going all the way across the tray. You can move a little bit faster if you want. Again, some people, they prefer to do this method, where they're going like this across their trays, but entirely up to you. But as you see, right now the tray is not all the way, filled. It's looking a little dense there. You don't want dense trays either, because you want to get the most, out of your tray. And as just take your time with it, guys. Have fun, because guess what? This is a tray that you are going to be eating. You're going to be self-sustaining your family. And beets are high in nutrition. I know, guys. Like, beets are just like, beets. They don't taste good. But you would be surprised on, if you mix it up into like a salad or something like that. Or, just mix it up into anything, and it has a beautiful color. Like, you're going to get some nutrition right there. And that is what this is all about, guys, is nutrition. You want to get like the most nutrition out of your food, and microgreens, they have more nutrition than their actual mature plants. Unbelievable, right? So one beet would not even touch this entire tray. I don't know how many beets this equals. I have to, definitely look that up. Okay. So this is what my tray looks like. Not perfect, but you see I've got, things spread evenly about. And to me, that looks great. I'm happy. Of course, there's some little spots, again, if you're OCD and you want to, keep going. But make sure, like, see how this is a little crowded right here? And that one right there, you want to make sure it's not so overcrowded. And you will see little pockets. You don't have to fill every single spot in. Okay, you don't have to do that, because you want to give your beets some breathing room, as you can say. Okay, and so then here's our cocoa core friend again. Okay, and what you want to do, a thin layer, guys, right back on top. So go back into the middle, go over here, and go on this side. Okay, a little bit more. And I didn't even use all 4 cups. You can, entirely up to you. So then what you want to do with this top layer is just start spreading it across this whole tray, so it's a light layer on top of the beets, because beets, they need this top. It's almost like when you're planting regular beets, like the mature plant. They need this top layer to push through. Okay, and I am going to use a little bit more cocoa core, because I'm spreading, keep spreading, and I see that it's going to need more. Okay, and you'll start to see it's going to get covered. Now, if it's completely covered and you can't see anything, you've done a little bit too much. But don't worry, you can just pick some coconut core or whatever medium you're using off of it, so you can kind of see. So I'm just going to grab a couple more little pinches so I can get the edges right here. And yes, I am making a mess, but that's okay. Not a big deal, guys. This is supposed to be a fun activity, but also nutritious. And get your family involved in this. Your kids, your aunts, uncles, moms, dad, family, friends, anybody. Get your husband, wife, get them involved, because everybody needs to learn how to self-sustain. We never know what's going to happen, right, guys? You never know. All right. And then that's done. I'm done with my top layer. So look how that looks. It's not that perfect. It doesn't have to be, guys. Perfect. Okay. And then when you're done with that, done seeding the tray, you want to water it. So I'm going to put this to the side so you guys can see what I use. Okay. So I got this from my local hardware store. Okay, I'm gonna turn it sideways. So it's a pump sprayer. Okay, it's Scott. So you can get whatever you want. You can get it from Amazon. But you know, it's like a 5-gallon pump sprayer. And you see how that wand right there. Let me move this back a little bit. Right there. Oh, look, there's some cocoa core there. It's okay. So this is like the wand here, and if you look at the wand, it has like cone on it. That's what I use for Microgreens. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it has fan. It's got stream. You know, and I just add some purified water in it, and you know, like pump it up. I think you guys can hear it. And then I just spray the tray, which I'm going to show you now. Okay. So let me excuse my mess right there, bring the tray back over. Okay. I got to be careful with all these electronics here. And then so I'm going to go ahead, and you want to spray the tray, not oversaturate it. So here we go. Oh, see, no, look, that was on fan because I was showing, that was on stream. Sorry. I want to do it on cone. That's okay. All right, so look, there we go. Just spray it back and forth. Take your time, and you want to make sure that you can see that the medium is wet. Not soaking, but wet. Just go back and forth. Back and forth. You want to get the corners too, right there. Don't want to miss any corners here. Okay, and I go right here in the middle, make sure, do one little across, and I'm finished. Okay, and then go ahead and put that to the side. So then there comes this other grain tray. Remember this tray? This tray is going to have multiple uses. In the very beginning, you're going to place it on the tray, on the mesh, and you're going to put some weight on there. After about 3 days, so day 1 through 3, it's going to be weighted with, you know, books or canned goods or the pavers. Day 4, and then you're going to mist this twice a day. So you saw how we misted it, you know, right now. So you're going to mist it once in the morning and once at night, because you don't want this to dry out. Okay. And then so day 1 through 3, this is weighted, this top tray like this. Day 4, it's not going to be weighted anymore. Day 4, you're going to see that the beets are going to be pushing up. And you're going to take this top tray and you're going to turn it over, because this is called the blackout phase. Okay. You're going to see a bunch of gunk right here. You're just going to wipe that off. If you have a compost bin, that's awesome. If not, you know, wipe it off into your floor and then vacuum it up. Wipe it off into a bucket, entirely up to you. We're starting a compost heap, so we're going to, you know, go right into our bucket. But day 4 and day 5 are blackouts, okay? And then when that's done, blackout, you're gonna peek under and you're gonna see all the stuff, you know, up. You're going to see all these microgreens, really pretty. I wish I could show you guys a beet tray. My next video, I'm going to actually show you I'm going to show you how to do daikon radish. And then I'm going to show you a tray of daikon radish that I have going. Okay. And then after you're done, you know, in blackout phase, you can put this into lights. I use these, you know, really cheap lights that I got off Amazon. You know, they were, I think it was like $12.99, but they're the UV ray lights, and you can use those. And then I have a grow room inside, and I will get around to showing you guys. I just wanted to do this video first. So you go ahead and place it on top, okay? And I tamp it down a little bit. You don't have to, entirely up to you. And then I take my 6-pound paver, and place it on top. Now, just so, because I have so many trays going at the same time, but entirely up to you as well. I like to label, you know, what I'm growing and when I started growing it. And so, you know, you can put beets, And then you can put the date down here. And then you can go ahead and stick it on there, you know, or you can stick it anywhere you want. You can stick it down here if you want, or however you want to do it, guys. Entirely up to you. Okay. And then you're going to keep this on a dark shelf, away from light for the first 4 days. You don't want any light, you know, to get into it. All right, so that, guys, is how you start a beet tray. Now, once this comes out of weighted, I will go ahead and come back and show you what they look like. And you'll be able to see when I get it into the blackout phase. All right, so that's it, guys. You know, I hope I got you started. So just stay tuned for, you know, the next videos, you know, a daikon radish video. If you guys have any questions, please feel free, you know, to go ahead and email me, or to, you know, leave your questions down below, because I'm going to put this on YouTube, you know, just in case. And we'll be back with day 4 when we put this in a blackout. So don't remember to water this twice a day, you know, just like we did with the sprayer. Once in the morning, once at night is how I do it. Okay. I hope you guys have a good day. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye. Today's